Thank you, Jim. Our next speaker is Danny Dow. Danny has the privilege of being part of the best CPL fellowship. And he is a mid-career fellow here at HES. Danny was born and raised in Israel. He's co-founded an NGO that builds Israeli-Palestinian partnership, as well as an incubator for social enterprise in Tel Aviv. His talk is titled, The Jewish Arab Integrated City, a Dream and the Way to Achieve It.
Hi everyone, thanks for being here, and thank you for the previous speakers for the courage to come to Israel. I will not speak today about the whole Israeli-Palestinian conflict. I will start with the smaller piece, which is the relations between Jews and Arabs in Israel. My father was 3 years old when the Nazi told his family to go into the ghetto. He grew up in the ghetto, and he saw everybody dying around him. When he was 7 years old, there was the ghetto rebellion in Warsaw Ghetto. The Germans, to fight the rebellion, came to set the ghetto on fire. My father followed the instructions that he got from his parents. He went out of his apartment to the street, found a hole in the ground, and got into the sewers and ran for his life. He got out in the other side and saved. Most of his family left behind. I am a child of the ghetto. 30 years later, my father used to take me as a child to pick mushrooms in the forest. We lived in Petah Tikva, that's an Israeli town, and we would go with our car to the forest, always passing through Kfar Bar. That's an Arab-Israeli village near the forest. And I remember sitting in my father's car and looking through the windows of the car, seeing a very poor village, no infrastructure. The sewage is running in the streets. And I remember these kids running after us, barefoot, waving to us. Especially I remember the face of one child with the flies on him dirty. I can't forget his face. It stayed with me. And I thought, as a child, I thought to myself, how come their village looks like this, where our cities look much better? Fast forward, end of my high school, I joined the army, like many other Israelis in our country. And in my military training, they take us to the Holocaust Museum in Jerusalem. And here I stand in Yad Vashem in Jerusalem, the Holocaust Museum, with my olive uniform, with my rifle hanging across me, and I'm watching these pictures, black and white, bodies, piles of shoes and clothes, gas chambers. I'm watching, I'm standing straight, and I feel strong. I'm holding my rifle, and I think to myself, never again. I will not let anyone do this to us again. So imagine me standing there with these three images. The Arabic little kid in Kfar Bar, 7 years old boy that runs for his life through the sewers, and me, a proud Israeli child that grows up and goes to the army. It took me 20 years to reconcile these identities and come up to the moment where I'm here with kind of an integrative understanding of who I am and what do I need to do. It was a long journey. In this journey, I learned a lot of things. I established an NGO called the Center for Emerging Futures, in which we brought Jews and Arabs together to save space, to learn about each other, to listen to each other, to build trust. I also created another place called the Hub. It was a center for social startups. But most importantly, it was a place in which people came together to co-create solutions for our society. So what did I learn from these two ventures? I learned that there is no substitute to building trust, and I learned the power of place, the physical space in which people can come together and co-create a society. Then I knew that it's time to take it to the next level. A place, but much bigger, a city. A city. 90% of the population of Israel live in cities. But discrimination between Jews and Arabs also exists in cities. Out of 40 highest unemployment cities and towns in Israel, 36 are Arab. It's time to change it. So I started to think about an integrative city, an integrated city, a city that will be a place for people to live together and to help each other. So when I speak about an integrated city, here is what I see. I see joint kindergartens in which kids can study together, and as they play, they speak Arabic and Hebrew interchangeably. I see joint houses in which I can go to the next door neighbor and celebrate Ramadan with them, and they can come to me for a Shabbat dinner. I see joint classes, libraries, museums, business centers. I see an integrated city, truly just and integrated. This has never been done before. We still have cities that are divided in Belfast, in Johannesburg, in Detroit, in many other places in the world. But it's time to take what we know as humanity, and we learn here at the Kennedy School, and implement it in cities. So take, for example, mixed income housing in the US. That's a great idea to bring different classes together. In Israel, we have great examples of NGOs that work for equality. One of them, hand in hand, operates 5 schools for Jews and Arabs who learn together. They study together, they teach their parents to live and coexist, and they create shared communities. So we know what to do. I don't intend to start a new city. I intend to take an existing city and transform it so that it will become an integrated city, and we know how to do that. I may sound calm when I speak about it, but I burn from within. This is the time to do that, especially after the summer, the bloody war, and the deteriorating relationship of Jews and Arabs in Israel. I am worried about the future of my beloved state of Israel, and we need to do something about that. This is why I need you. I need your support. We can't do that. I can't do that alone. I need you to tell tonight someone that doesn't know about this story, the story about the integrated city. I also need funding. Yes, we can't do that without funding. We need $100,000 to take this off the ground. So what I need you to do is either contact me, donate, or connect me to people that you know that can help make this happen. I am ready to get out of the ghetto into the integrated city. I hope you join me.